Afternoon everybody, today is the 23rd of September. I'm Nicole, the North Island Stitcher in New Zealand, coming to you with my 5th floss tube. It has been 3 weeks nearly since I've done my last floss tube, but I've had my kids home, my girls home a lot in the last 3 weeks, home with not COVID thankfully. They've just had that cold that's going around with that prolonged cough for several weeks afterwards, and with the current rules around school, I can't take my kids to school until they're just about over that cough pretty much. And Dad got sick last week, and so the clock got restarted for my youngest one, and then my Miss 9 also has now got the cough and the snotty nose, so it's fun times at the moment. Not. Update on my thumb. It's doing great. I can bend it. Physio's doing good. I won't show it because I know some people do get a bit queasy with things like that, and I don't want to upset anybody. Next, I want to thank every single subscriber that has joined me in the last 3 weeks. I want to thank everyone that's been with me from the start. Thank everyone that's joined. Thank you for any shout outs. Every single shout out is so appreciated. Love you all for all the support that I have received, and long may it last, I guess. Okay, I guess we'll get on to our whips now. Now, last time, if you remember, I showed Ballerina, which was a kit I had bought through JK's stitching supplies in Australia. They only ship to Australia and New Zealand, and I was able to get this kit. I did do a little bit more on this. This is, oops, sorry about the glare. I have to figure out that one. That's what it'll be when it's finished. And I didn't get a lot of progress on it. I've been having little issues with my thumb. I didn't stitch for a few days because I just found it too painful, so I didn't get a lot more progress on it, but that's where I got to with that one. Needs a lot more. I might actually get more done on it in the next 3 weeks. 2-3 weeks, hopefully 2 weeks. Hopefully my kids get better. That's more important. Oh, and this is a bag that Kel stitches. She sent to me along with a beautiful piece of fabric, and I will show you the beautiful piece of fabric next time. I should have got that out. Apologies for that. Oops. I just knocked the camera. Just pop that back. Sorry about that. The second whip I'm going to show is my Paine Free Crafts mail arrived. And this one isn't Paine Free. This is a HAED chart, but my CXC floss all arrived, and I did start it. I know there's apparently a rule where you don't start things until after you've shown it on FlossTube, but they all arrived last week, and I wasn't going to hold out any longer. And this is part of Marvellous Peacock, and Marvellous Peacock is this one. That's what it'll be when it's finished. That's from HAED. Did get that a bit mixed up, but that's alright. So I did receive all the CXC floss, and I've put this one into this project bag that I made with squirrels and bunnies. And lots and lots and lots of beautiful floss. It's going to be gorgeous when it's finished. So we'll just pop that one out of the way now. Sorry if I go out of view. Don't bend them too hard. Next whip I'll show you is the Paine Free Crafts mail that I received. The one I had been waiting on. And this one is for Monarch Dragon. This is the one Dizzy Stitcher sent to me, Darren from Dizzy Stitcher. So I figured I'd better hurry up and get it, get the kit for it, which I have clearly got. All the flosses for it, beautiful colours. It's only 40 colours in this chart, but it's so pretty. And I got that finished. I got that far with it not finished, nowhere near finished. It's just the leaf down in the corner here and the start of the little bit of a pink area. So I'm very, very happy with that. also with some of the needle minders I ordered, obviously matching needle minder, and a girl playing a violin. I've got to get the matching needle minder for my next one. These are all the flosses for this one. Obviously dark colours I've done so far. So I'll just pop that one there. And this one is for Saki Dragon, which is what I was stitching on last night. But absolutely love it. So I'm working down in the bottom corner. I like to work from the bottom up. Sometimes I start in the middle, but a happy place is working from the bottom up. And a couple of little needle minders to go with it. Not matching, because I've got to get the matching one for this one. So that's those ones for Saki Dragon. I did have some finishes, because while my thumb wasn't working well I couldn't use my gust stand because I kept knocking my thumb on it, and I couldn't handle the bigger projects because the weight on my hand was too much for my thumb. So I worked on a few small things instead, and I actually started and finished them, so I was really happy about that. So the first one I did was a little geometric design. I'm not sure where I got it from, it was a mystery chart I had. And then the next little one I did was of a peacock, which I probably will turn into a bookmark. This one I think I'll turn into a scissor case. But I just did it on the same piece of fabric, kept it nice and simple. So that was those two finishes. The first one I did was Lizzy Kate's Promise Me, and I did this on Country Stitch's 32 count Ashes. This piece I brought up at her last stitching get together that we had, and I changed all the flosses out for Lots of Silks for You, so I didn't have some of the colours that they were asking for, so I changed it out, went through my Silks for You stash and stitched away. I'm really happy with how that finished. And my next one that I did was 3 country stitch charts I put together, and they are Snowy Deer, all from Country Cottage Needleworks, and Raccoon House, sorry about the glare, and Snowy Friends. And I put them together in a little line. I subbed out all the colours to Lots of Silks for You, because again I don't have the colours that they were asking for, so I swapped out for Lots of Silks for You, and then just filled in the bits in here in between the charts and added some extra snowflakes. I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I'm not sure how I'll finish them, but I did get a bit of stitching in. I just had to go into smalls instead of lots of big things, and that's okay. We'll have periods like that. I saw a post on our local stitching group page, New Zealand Cross Stitch, and a lady had put up about avocado skin dyeing. So I thought I'd give it a go. I bought a couple of avocados. I can't stand them personally. No one in the house does. So unfortunately that part went to waste, and I do feel bad about that, but I wanted to try the avocado dyeing. And so I tried it on 20 count Ballerina fabric. It's a pinky caramel colour, but it's a bit lighter than I was hoping it would be. It's not really showing up, and I'm not sure how to make it show up. But that one's a piece of 20 count Ballerina even weave. And I also did a little piece of 18 count HAED. It isn't showing up as bright, unfortunately. I think I need to do it again. But it is a nice mottled pinky caramel colour. And I also did 28 count Jaslyn even weave. Now hopefully this will show up a bit better if I can get it folded right. Yeah, it's very washed out, but yeah, it's washing it out even more. But yeah, that's close to it there at the top bit there. It's a really pinky caramel colour. But overall I like how it turned out. But I think I'd like it if it was a little bit darker. So that's as far as that goes. I did buy some charts today. I fell down the Etsy rabbit hole. And I bought Christmas train. That's from Our Stitching House on Etsy. Stitching train. My husband's a fan of trains, so I thought that would look cool. Also bought Santa over the city. Love the bright houses. I think they're so cool. Merry Christmas. Just a line of houses. They just look pretty cool. And the little people and the sled and the snowmen in the middle. I also went on to Happy Mood because Happy Mood is also an Etsy shop. Happy Mood Point. They do a lot of Quaker style ones, and I thought this one looked really cool. Quaker sampler. Sorry about the glare. Also bought this one. Love the owl down in here and the birds. I think they just look really cool. The last one I bought, not the last one, I bought another also Quaker style. Well, reminds me of Christmas decorations on a tree. I've got to pull out my Marcel red floss, and I think one of these would look really cool with that. And I also bought Lucie Heaton's Winter Cottage. I thought that looked pretty cool. Yeah, there's not much I can say about that one. So we'll go on to this. I've made a few project bags this week, the last few weeks, because it was something I could do without it causing pain for my hand. And this one is a mood points chart I bought ages ago, and it's for this one. Oh. And I was thinking that this one would be a cool one to do a sale with people. I know Nara from Nara's Crafts has got this kitted up ready to go when I'm ready to start it. I think I'll probably start it on the 16th of November. Yeah, I think we'll start it on the 16th of November. That's my wedding anniversary. So that seems like a good time to start that one. So if anyone wants to join in, I will probably put Happy Mood sale if you just want to join in with that one. And it doesn't have to be this particular one. It could be any of our Happy Mood points charts if you just want to join in. And I'm going to be stitching that on, excuse the paper, excuse the plastic. I think I'll leave it out of the plastic now. I think I'm going to I am going to stitch this on Lugana 32 count Haystack from Country Stitch. She's a New Zealand dyer. Normally her Haystack colour is more of a tannish brown. This one turned out as a light olive green, and I absolutely love the colour. I told her she should call it Fresh Haystack instead of just Haystack, because it looks like it's been freshly cut. That's the way I look at it. And my flosses I'm going to use are a bunch of Silks for You. So this one is a Mystery Silks for You colour. Isn't that stunning? Just love that colour. Silks for You PR 125. Oh. It's just gorgeous. And these two were mystery colours. A blue and a purple. This may get changed out, you never know. I might just stick with the first two, these two, because they look good together. Because it's got some of the green, the yellows and the oranges in that one. But that's my first thought of it at this point in time. So if anyone wants to join that one, that'll be Happy Mood Point Sale. Yeah, let me know if anyone would be interested in joining in with that sale. My stepdaughter, Miss 12, absolutely loves this bag. Anything to do with Harry Potter, and she's in. I also made a snowy robin bag. Made a couple of them this size, and I made a bigger one. And I've, depending on the size fabric I have, I'll make a bag to whichever it will fit. This particular size fits an 8 by 11 inch Q-snap quite comfortably. So I can use that for smalls. I've just left that in there for now. I got the Q-snaps from a friend up in Thames. You will probably have heard of her, in Aussie in the Kiwi world. Thank you, Judy. They came the same day as the Paine Free Crafts kits arrived. That was a good day of happy mail. Another one, bee bag. I did 2 of these. One of these is going to go for a wee drive up to Thames. So that's pretty cool. Yesterday I made these 4. I just needed a little break from stitching, so I've made these out of a fat quarter. They'll be handy just to put your project in while you're not stitching it. So it's a Halloween fabric, but it's a neat one. I'm not into Halloween generally, but I don't mind that one. So I did that one. Purple bats. It looks filigree to me, and it's just gorgeous. Christmas blue fabric. Oops, sorry, might be a bit too close. Apologies. I watched a tutorial from Elizabeth and Can Stitch, and she has a really easy tutorial that you can watch to make this bag. So just love that fabric. Last week I did another couple because I had the fabric there. This one didn't quite have enough, so I just put some of the lining fabric that I used just for the top section. It goes. I was happy with it. Most of these haven't got anything in them yet, but that's because I haven't taken whips out of plastic bags yet. This is just a green lining fabric. I thought it went nicely with that one. This one, foxes, rabbits, owls, can't go wrong with that. And this one's going to have angel, the fabric, because I received my JK order of lots of 25 count Ada so that I could actually start Marvellous Peacocks. And I've got the fabric cut to do angel, which is from Hilton Crafts. That's this one. And I have half the floss for that so far, just waiting on the rest of the floss from my CXC floss so I can get that one started. The other one that's in my bigger robin bag, just the robin with the scarf. Not into animals with clothes, but that looks pretty cool. And this one is for my big peacock design. The other one I've got going, will have going, and that's for 2 dancing peacocks. I've ordered another piece of fabric from JK's to get that one sorted and cut out ready. So I just need the fabric to go for that one. And I've got the floss coming for the other Hilton Crafts chart that I bought for that one, so I can cut a piece of fabric, and I've got fabric coming for that as well. So the ballerina. And this one I mentioned it last week, last FlossTube, which was a big clock bag, and I've got the fabric cut for Waterhole Masters, and stitching this on 25 count. As you can see, that is a very big piece of fabric. That's just half the size. I'm not going to stand up to show you the full size. It's a big piece of fabric. And it's in the clock bag because it's going to take a hell of a lot of time to stitch it. That's my reasoning for that bag. I also made this one. I haven't put anything in this one yet. Again, I haven't taken all my whips that I've got in plastic bags out yet. Got a whole pile of fabric sitting on the back of my couch to make some more. Now, I found this fabric at a shop we have here called Pete's Emporium. And who doesn't like Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean? I made a couple of these bags, and one of them is going to be winging its way off to the UK for a lovely dear friend of ours. Another larger one of Harry Potter, which my 12-year-old tried to pinch, but I haven't let her pinch yet. She's got to try. And the last one, definitely not least, I didn't have a lot of this fabric after making my daughter's bags for them, so I just added a nice neutral to the top of it, so at least I had something that had the Marauders map on it, and that at the moment has got a piece of fabric in there for Ballerina, depending on if the next piece I have will fit. Otherwise I'll just have to grid it up. I'm sure I can manage without gridding, but it just makes it a little bit easier. I think that's about it as far as haul goes. All my project bags and my whips and my finishes. Shoutouts, Creative Lee. It's really good that she's finally got over 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Creative Lee. I really hope you enjoy your holiday when you go to Australia. Have fun there. Cal Stitches. Your last FlossTube was so funny. I'm a close third for the enabler in the stitching group that we have. Dizzy Stitcher, you're the king of enabling. It's your fault that I'm starting Waterhole Masters. You were talking about it, my husband saw it and goes, oh, I like that one, and my husband doesn't say much about my stitching, but when one stands out he will say something. Bearing in mind my husband's got Asperger's and he's got epilepsy. So he doesn't stalk a lot, so when he comes out with something to do with my stitching, you kind of got to answer it. Mad Morty, always love watching her. She's good for it. She's so good. Her projects are so good, and if you need a good laugh, watch Mad Morty. I found Recovering Monogamous Stitcher yesterday. I thought I'd put YouTube up on the big screen and have a few YouTubes going while I was sewing up my bags, and came across Recovering Monogamous Stitcher, and the quilt that she has behind her is absolutely stunning, and she's done a lot of finishes with cross stitch and quilting, and I used to do a lot of quilting, hence why I have a lot of fabrics. Do recommend going and watching her. She's got some beautiful samplers. And Aussie in a Kiwi World, she would be the queen of enabling. Although she's not, not at fault for the Etsy owl shop that I went to, but definitely the Mood Point, because she let us all know they were having a sale, so we all had to go and have a look then. So I blame Judy from Aussie in a Kiwi World. So that's all my shout outs. Oh, another shout out would be Nara's Crafts. She's a new FlossTuber. I think she's got 3 videos out now. Very short ones. So if you don't mind having short ones, she's a good one to go and watch. Love the music she has for hers. Her husband has made that music for her, and he's really clever. So yeah, I recommend going and watching all of those FlossTubers. Some you've probably already heard of. Most of them you probably have, but that's okay. We all have that. I want to apologise for how noisy my children were last time. I tried to give them signals of to be quiet, but they were insistent on having a chocolate milkshake, and I didn't want to stop recording, and I apologise for that. Some of you didn't mind that. I don't know if anybody did, but I apologise anyway, and they've got themselves set up in their bedroom at the moment with food and a drink, and I don't generally allow food in their bedroom, but I really wanted to get a FlossTube done, so we had to compromise. And the noisy flue, I don't notice it now. I only noticed it when I was playing back, and that was pretty loud, and I apologise for that. Thankfully it's not windy today, so we don't have the flue issue today. I really can't think of anything else at the moment, and I just hope that everybody is happy stitching and keeping warm if it's cold, keeping cool if it's hot. We are certainly looking forward to warmer weather. I'm really over the colder weather. My ankle, since I broke it 2015, really doesn't like the cold weather now, and I'm looking forward to warmer weather, so I'm not hobbling around. So bring on the warm weather. So next week, obviously, I'm going to be setting fly a couple of project bags off to one to the UK and one up north, and continue getting on with my stitching. At the moment I'll continue on with the 3 new starts: Marvellous Garden, Monarch Dragon, Saki Dragon, and after that the next starts will obviously be Angel, Ballerina, the Tilton Crafts Ballerina, and 2 Dancing Peacocks, which once I get the floss for those, I'm more than likely will be starting those, and they'll find a home in one of the bags I've got down here. And apart from that, I really don't have anything else I can say. So happy stitching, everybody. Keep safe, keep warm, keep cool, stay happy. Thanks for watching.